Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is John Patrick T. Malyari, aviation instructor from Jocson College. My study is all about intensive industry immersion program for aviation students of Jocson College, prospects for key employment growth. Background of the study. Jocson College is a private higher education institution located in First Street, Balibago, Angel City, Pampanga, with the government recognition from Commission on Higher Education to offer courses such as Bachelor of Science in Aircraft Maintenance Technology, Bachelor of Science in Aviation Electronics Technology, Bachelor of Science in Travel and Tourism Management. Additional to this, Jocson College is an aviation maintenance technician school with a certificate number of 2009-12 that complies with the requirements of the Philippine Civil Aviation Regulations and implementing standards Part 3 involving to the establishment of an approved aviation training organization or ATO. The institution is committed in providing quality education to its learners. It provides students with relevant knowledge, advanced skills, and industry immersion. The structured immersion program will establish benchmark to hone aviation students with the right qualifications and technical skills. Therefore, aviation graduates who are seeking employment in the aircraft maintenance industry will give them an edge with other graduates. It will provide several employment prospects for the aviation graduates to be hired by most aviation maintenance organizations. Through these 4 levels of immersion program, it promotes mobility for the aviation students and will strengthen the relationship between the academe and industry partners to satisfy the requirements of the qualified and competent aviation professionals. In the Philippines, approved training organizations or ATO were facing challenges on the emerging demands to produce highly skilled aviation professionals. Many of the aviation maintenance graduates have not been able to fill the job vacancies of the approved maintenance organization and maintenance repair and overhaul or MRO companies. Based on the study of the Department of Labor and Employment, the aircraft mechanic was one of the hard-to-fill occupation in the Philippines. The proposed intensive industry immersion program was designed to help aviation students to advance their technical skills by doing hands-on training and gain work experience in actual work field. It also serves as preparation of the students for the real world of the aviation industry. Furthermore, exposing of aviation students on the actual work setting will increase pertinent knowledge and hands-on skills in the supervision of the licensed aircraft mechanics. Methods and materials. The primary tools that were used to gather data relevant to the study was through a structured survey questionnaire, an interview instrument to generate information needed in the proposed intensive industry immersion program, and employment prospects for the aviation students. The questionnaire were constructed using Likert 4-point scale in a data gathering device and made an assessment. The level of relevance of the immersion program to their curriculum and the perception of the participants on the intensive industry immersion program in support to the employment growth of the aviation industry, the participants were asked to rate the relevance and perception from scale of 1 to 4. 1 is the lowest and 4 is the highest, with its equivalent interpretation using Likert 4-point scale on Table 1. The survey questionnaire was based on the practical skills test of the Federal Aviation Administration or FAA. For the statement of the problem number 1, what is the demographic profile of the participants in terms of age, sex, aircraft mechanic license rating, and AMO company? For the findings, the highest frequency of 46 or 46% of the participants were 23 to 25 years old. The majority of the participants were males with frequency of 97 or 97%. The 100 or 100% of participants aircraft mechanic license rating were airframe and power plant. The highest and the same frequency of 25% of the participants were from Aviation Hub, Omni Aviation, and SIA Engineering Philippines. For the conclusion, the aircraft mechanics were predominantly 22 to 25 years old, males, with the aircraft mechanic license ratings on airframe and power plant. This means that most aviation maintenance technicians preferred to have two ratings on their license to practice not only airframe but also the power plant on the aircraft. For the recommendation, the researcher strongly recommends that the aviation graduates should acquire their aircraft mechanic license with two ratings, the airframe and power plant, in order to increase their employment prospects in most AMO companies. Statement of the problem number 2. What is the level of relevance of the immersion program as to the curriculum in terms of line maintenance, base maintenance, structure maintenance, and maintenance management? For the finding, majority of the participants from the 100 licensed aircraft mechanics obtained the overall average weighted mean of 3.27 and interpreted as highly relevant. The majority of the 5 key informant interviews perceived that the proposed program was highly relevant. Conclusion: this means that the structured industry immersion program has the potentials to uplift the quality and competency of the graduates and gain real work experiences on different areas of aircraft maintenance. For the recommendation, the administration should adopt the proposed intensive industry immersion program for the aviation students of Jocson College to acquire high relevant technical skills and in order for the institution to achieve its mission and address the emerging demands of the aviation industry to produce qualified and competent aviation professionals. Statement of the problem number 3. What is the significant difference on the perception of the participants on the proposed program as to above cited variables? For the findings, there is a significant difference in the perception of the 5 groups of participants on the relevance of the immersion program as to the curriculum with respect to line maintenance and maintenance management. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. For the conclusion, the line maintenance is commonly included on immersion program of aviation students. On the other hand, the maintenance management is most unlikely to be part of the immersion program for the aviation students. For the recommendation, the maintenance management should be part of the immersion program for the institution to prepare their students not only for the line maintenance skills but also maintenance management to become a great leader and have a managerial skills so that they can use on their future aviation career to manage an aviation maintenance organization. Statement of the problem number 4. What is the perception of the participants on the proposed intensive industry immersion program towards their employability in terms of individual growth and employment growth? The participants perceived that the proposed program towards the employability of the aviation graduates of Jocson College obtained the overall average weighted mean of 3.78 and interpreted as strongly agree or very important. Conclusion: this means that the proposed program was very important to develop the attitude, interest, and increase the confidence of the aviation students in building their own aviation career. Recommendation: the administration should strengthen the academic and industry linkages, and in order for their aviation students to boost their confidence and interest in building their aviation career, and therefore promotes employment in the field of aviation. The problem number 5. What recommendations and suggestions should or may be done to improve the quality of industry immersion program of Jocson College in support to the employment growth of the aviation industry in Central Luzon. For the findings, conduct post-training review and evaluation of the program to determine its effectiveness. Number 2, improve the structured 4 levels of industry immersion program. And for the number 3, conduct monitoring and evaluation of the A-013 company to gauge the overall performance and provide feedback mechanism. For the conclusion, most of the participants recommended that the proposed intensive industry immersion program must have a proper monitoring and evaluation to determine its effectiveness. Overall, the summary of the results of the key informant interviews confirmed the findings on the survey questionnaires. Recommendation: the Dean, AMT Coordinator, and OJT Coordinator should conduct a post-training review and evaluation of the program to determine its effectiveness. Moreover, they should conduct monitoring and evaluation of the A-013 company to gauge the overall performance and must provide a feedback mechanism for future improvements of the proposed intensive industry immersion program. For the key points of the key informant interview from industry experts, the intensive industry immersion program will be able to bridge the gap between the aviation maintenance organization and aviation school. The AMOs will be able to cut great costs in doing basic training to fresh graduates, has the potential to reinforce the right tools and techniques to be successful in the aviation field. Graduates will be more competent once they enter the industry. Intensive cooperation from the AMO partners and proper monitoring of trainings and delivery during the program. From the CAP expert or CAP personnel, the proposed program is very encouraging. However, students shall adhere to the procedures. The students will gain more knowledge and familiarization in actual workplace, acquire aircraft mechanic license, and have work experience in actual aircraft. Lack of experience and training, even though they were graduate already, they will need experience and training. May include familiarization for turbine engine or wide-body aircraft. For the school administrator, through this program, the aviation students will expose to the real scenarios of the workplace. It comes in different stages of exposure to actual job that they will have in the future. Constant communication and proper updating feedback from both the school and industry will help the program to be successful in the future. Thank you very much for listening.